Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. If you see the caption and the picture behind me, you already know what's about to go down. Let's get into it. Okay, so I was sitting here, I was watching the documentary Evil Influencers. I got my notes right here. And the story is crazy. I never heard of the YouTube family 8 Passengers before, but come to find out, my little sister used to watch them all the time. And she said something felt a little off. Now that I'm watching and seeing what's really going on, it most definitely was wild. You know what I'm saying? So, for anybody who doesn't know who they are, 8 Passengers was a huge family vlog channel. They posted everything. I mean, everything from breakfast to bedtime, punishments, their opinions on things. And my sister said one time, well, she stopped watching it because she said it got weird and they sent one of their kids to a camp. A camp. I guess that was a form of discipline. The camp was for discipline. So another kid, had to end up sleeping on a beanbag for a few months. I guess again for discipline. And people in the comments kind of noticed it and was like, "What's going on? Why all of a sudden there's all this weird stuff going on?" And they understand that this person, Jodi, the woman named Jodi, I cannot pronounce her last name. I'm not even gonna try. But she basically convinced the mother, Ruby, that her kids were evil, disobedient, and that harsh punishment was the only thing that was going to help her save them or for them to be better people in society. And this wasn't like new for Jodi because she did this before with a niece of hers about 14 years ago, and it was just weird. But it's not new for her. She acted like she was like a parenting expert or something, and honestly, it was the complete opposite. She started to isolate people from each other, from their families. For example, Ruby with her kids and her husband. hmm So y'all know what comes with this type of stuff. Honestly, she think she was a therapist or something. Yeah, she was a therapist first, and she lost her license, so she had to go and call herself a life coach. Y'all know they be expensive. So eventually they had stopped posting on the 8 Passenger page and they rebranded into this whole thing called Moms of Truth. And it just got worse from there. They was pushing all this extreme, harsh, cult-like parenting advice. And of course, it was Jodi and Ruby. And I told y'all Jodi was a therapist at first. And she switched over to be a life coach because she lost her license. This lady had over 40 something clients a week. Some were single, some were couples, some were families. It was just, she was getting that money. You know what I'm saying? People was trusting her with everything from their lives, their kids, their marriages, their mental health. And she didn't do nothing but destroy them people and make it worse for some money. One couple said that within 1 year of working with Jodi, they ended up divorced. Jodi made them cut off their family. They went no contact with their friends and each other, isolated completely. The dad even missed out on his daughter's first birthday because of this. I believe she just needed them apart from each other that she can control them in a different environment. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, she convinced Ruby to kick her husband out the house because her husband, he had to go because that's the only way to save their lives and their marriage. I know, it's crazy. She made her believe everybody was a problem, including her husband and her kids. She was punishing them kids in ways she would never do it before, all because of Jodi. But by the time Ruby, she was fully under that lady's spell, so it was really nothing else they can do. The damage was done. And one of the sons ended up escaping and he got caught. It got worse. And seems like his second or third time trying to escape. I'm not sure, but he did it again. And this time, he knocked on 3 different doors. The third person answered and called the police. And after that, everything started, unfolding. And they realized, oh, they doing this, they doing that. Bam. The kids had what's it called? These fake band-aids they made on them. They had all this tape around their wrists and plastic on their body, just weird stuff. They were hog tying them babies, like all types of crazy stuff. Like, but the police got a warrant to search the house, of course. The house was crazy, y'all. Like over 10,000 square feet. She had like an underground bunker and some more stuff. But the police found journals documenting everything, the punishments, why they did it, who ordered what. And Ruby, it took for her to go to jail to realize that she was being manipulated by this lady. Like, yes, now you're in jail. She took everything. She drained your bank accounts, destroyed your family, your kids, your marriage, everything. And all because she made you feel like it was some sort of God. This is just all a bunch of stuff that this lady made up. And the thing about Jodi, y'all, she still ain't like admit that she was wrong or this not right. I think she's gonna go to while she's in jail, she's just gonna start her own. She's gonna start a whole new cult. She would have people believing in a whole nother God because that's just what she do. But you in jail, so what you gonna get from them people? Who knows? I don't know. But it's really scary. It's heartbreaking too as a parent to see that type of stuff. But the way them babies was there, they were so malnourished. It was crazy. But some of these influencers are not just posting content, y'all. They ruining each other's lives and their own lives. And my little sister used to watch them, I guess, and I felt like maybe she thought she was watching this perfect family. Yay, woo wop bam. It was actually falling apart behind the scenes. Like the things she was doing to them kids, some of the detectives and the police officers didn't even want to say it. That's how bad it was. But let me know what y'all think in the comments because this is crazy.